Monday morning to you, buddy. Welcome to a special edition of AnglersChannel.com video. We got Anglers Channel Pro staffer Robbie Dye with us. And Robbie, big weekend on the fishing front. Lots of tournaments on a lot of lakes all over the country for that matter. And you had the weekend off. That's kind of a change of pace.
Yeah, I went down to Wheeler and practiced a little bit. We got a coast event coming up there this weekend, so I went down there and looked around a little bit, John, and just kind of get familiarized with the water. So it's nice to, have a weekend off. But there is a lot going on out here in the fishing world. God, I mean, there's tournaments everywhere.
Yeah, speaking of tournaments, and being that this is going to be kind of a wrap-up show for the weekend, let's talk about what was the Oakley Big Bass. Now it's the Big Bass Tour. They went up to Smith Mountain Lake. And, folks, you ready for this? The winner, Jeff Johnson, won that tournament with a 5.99-pound big fish of the tournament, and he took home a $30,000 boat motor trailer package. How do you do that?
I don't know. When it's your time, it's your time. But I know Jeff very well and his partner he fished with, and they caught a lot of fish this weekend. And, this time of year, John, when the fish are bedding, or they just got done bedding, sometimes the bigger fish are hard to catch, and that's kind of the limbo we're in on some of these lakes right now. And, Smith Mountain's a great lake, and, almost 6-pound fish, still nothing to sneeze at, but especially when you put that many boats on the water.
Right.
And everybody's fishing for a big fish. So hats off to Jeff Johnson. Congratulations to him. He won a pile of money this weekend.
Yeah, he did well. And, the top 10 for that tournament on Smith Mountain Lake were all in the 5-pound range. So that's a tight win as well on top of a big win. Let's transition to some of the team trails. We had the CBC down on Winyah Bay. And right here I've got my little cheat sheet, Robbie, my phone. We've got Michael Murphy and Kevin Sanders won the CBC down there with 16.04, went home with $8,000 in cash. You could tell from the weights, Robbie, that's a tough fishery.
It's a beautiful place to go, John, but lots of little fish. And, a lot of places you have to run a long ways to get to the fishing. But it's a fair game for everybody, and it's a shootout when you put everybody under tough conditions. And 16 pounds is a heck of a bag to those guys down there this weekend. I mean, I'm sure the Cooper River was off limits, so that kind of eliminated all the big fish. And 16 pounds, it's a good bag of fish.
Yeah, hey, congratulations to those guys. 8,000 cash is nothing to sneeze at. We're going to ramp it up a little bit. We're going to go out to Alabama, where the Alabama Bass Trail went to Pickwick Lake. And right here, Mason and Walker won that event with 22.27 pounds. Pickwick's a great lake. Interesting thing there, Robbie, they were the first team to weigh in, and they came in early.
Yeah, a lot of times fishermen, when they get a good bag of fish and you think you possibly going to get a win or top 2 or 3, you don't want to risk a breakdown or whatever. But, even those Alabama lakes, I heard Gunnersville's fishing very tough. They had a federation there. Wheeler, Pickwick, all those lakes are kind of in limbo right now, what I was talking about. A lot of fish have come off the bed. Anytime this week the elites are down in Alabama fishing this week, I think you're going to see some bigger bags of fish being caught. Yeah,
well, hey, the other thing, too, that we kind of built up in this segment in terms of weights, the Bass Champs Trail in Texas was at Falcon Lake this weekend, and Ramirez won the tournament with 31 pounds.
31. When you get around big fish, they'll bite, and Falcon is one of the best lakes in the country, and it's full of big fish. 31 pounds doesn't surprise me. And, John, they bite 10, 12-inch baits down there. So I don't know if those guys come in early, but I'd come in early if I had 31 pounds. So,
well, I tell you what, it is a great lake. I'd probably come in early because I'd be scared.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get that kind of weight, and you got a good shot at it. But even on Falcon, 35 pounds is not out of question.
One thing about Falcon you forget about, a lot of times you launch and you're only 5 miles from the Mexican border. So you got to keep that in perspective, too. A lot of guys go back and forth between two countries to fish. But, hey, congratulations to those guys. 31 pounds is a heck of a bag of the weekend for sure. But I think the storyline is 5.99 pounds for Jeff Johnson on Smith Mountain Lake, and he goes home with $30,000 in cash.
Yeah, they won, I think, $2,300 in just hourly money. So, that tournament trail is a great trail to fish. $1,000 an hour. You can just win all kind of money. I mean, they're a good example of it. It's a great tournament fish. I think they're coming to Norman next. So
they are. Hey, it's there to be had, right? Buddy, good seeing you. And you're getting ready to go to Wheeler?
Yep, going to go to Lake Wheeler. Going to go to Douglas first. Going to fish a Federation tournament divisional there, and then going to leave there and go to Lake Wheeler.
All right, buddy. Good. Best of luck to you. Always good to see you, folks. We'll see you next week.